The book of Syrach, chapter 24.
Wisdom shall praise his soul, and he shall be honored in God, and he shall have glory in the midst of his people. Verse 2. And he shall open his mouth in the churches of the highest, and he shall have glory in the sight of his virtue. Verse 3. And he shall be enhanced in the midst of his people, and he shall wonder in holy plenty. Verse 4. And in the multitude of chosen men he shall have praising, and among blessed men he shall be blessed. 5. And say, I, the first gendered before each creature, came forth from the mouth of the highest. Verse 6. I made in heavens that light never failing rose up, and as a cloud I hiled all earth. Verse 7. I dwelled in highest things, and my throne in a pillar of cloud. Verse 8. I alone yede about the compass of heaven, and I perceived the depth of the sea, and I yede in the waves of the sea. Verse 9. And I stood in all the land. Verse 10. And I had the first dignity of each people, and in each folk. 11. And I trod by virtue on the necks of all excellent men and meek, and in all these men I sought rest, and I shall dwell in the heritage of the Lord. 12. Then the Creator of all commanded, and said to me, and he that formed me rested in my tabernacle, and he said to me, verse 13,
Dwell thou in Jacob, and take thou heritage in Israel, and send thou roots in my chosen men. 14. I was gendered of the beginning and before worlds, and I shall not fail till to the world that cometh, and I ministered in an holy dwelling before him. 15. And so I was made steadfast in Sion, and in like manner I rested in a city hallowed, and my power was in Jerusalem. Verse 16. And I rooted in a people honored, and the heritage thereof into the parts of my God, and my withholding in the plenty of saints. 17. I was enhanced as a cedar in Lebanon, and as a cypress tree in the hill of Sion. 18. I was enhanced as a palm tree in caves, and as the planting of roos in Jericho. 19. As a fair olive tree in fields, and I was enhanced as a plane tree besides water in streets. 20. As canal and balm giving great smell, I yapped odor. As chosen myrrh, I yapped the sweetness of odor. Verse 21. And as storax, and galbanum, and ungulo, and gum, and as libum not cut down, I made hot my dwelling place, and mine odor as balm not meddled. 22. I as a terebinth stretched forth my bows, and my bows been bows of honor and of glory. 23. I as a vine made fruit the sweetness of odor, and my flowers been the fruits of honor and of honesty. 24. I am a mother of fair love, and of dread, and of knowing, and of holy hope. Verse 25. In me is all grace of way, and of truth. In me is all hope of life, and of virtue. Verse 26. All ye that covenant me, pass to me, and be ye filled of my generations. 27. For why my spirit is sweet above honey, and mine heritage is above honey and honeycomb. 28. My mind is in the generation of worlds. 29. They that eat in me shall hunger yet, and they that drink in me shall thirst yet. 30. He that heareth me shall not be shent, and they that worken in me shall not do sin, and they that declare in me, 31, shall have everlasting life.
32. All these things is the book of life, and the testament of the highest, and the knowing of truth. 33. Moses commanded a law in the commandments of rightfulness, and heritage to the house of Jacob, and behests to Israel. 34. He said it to David his child, to raise of him a king most strong, and sitting without an end in the throne of honor. 35. Which king filleth wisdom, as Pison sheddeth out water, and as Tigris in the days of new things. Verse 36. Which as Euphrates filleth wit, which multiplieth as Jordan in the time of harvest. Verse 37. Which sendeth teaching as light, and as nigh all men, as Gion in the day of vendage. Verse 38. Which maketh perfectly first to know that wisdom, and a feebler man shall not in search it. 39. For why the thought thereof shall be plenteous of the sea, and his counsel in the great ocean.
40. I, wisdom, shed out floods. 41. I, as a way of full great water of the flood, I, as the flood Doryx, and as a water condid I yea out of paradise. Verse 42. I said, I shall water my garden of plantings, and I shall greatly fill the fruit of my childbearing. 43. And lo, a plenteous way of water is made to me, and my flood neigheth to the sea. 44. For I lighten teaching as the cheer morrowtide to all men, and I shall tell out it till to fur. 45. I shall pierce all the lower parts of the earth, and I shall behold all that sleepen, and I shall lighten all that hopen in the Lord. 46. Yet I shall shed out teaching as prophecy, and I shall leave it to them that seken wisdom, and I shall not fail into the generations of them, till into the holy world. 47. See ye that I travail not to me alone, but to all that seken out truth. So ends chapter 24 of the book